Welcome to Modern World Production. This is the show within the talk. So today we begin by telling you what exactly the media is supposed to do before we go to our talk session. The media is required to keep the government in check as one of its functions. Therefore, when you see the media criticizing the works of the government, it does not mean that it supports the opposition or any other party in the nation. We solely want to act as devil's advocate to ensure your rights are protected and the government is kept in check. So this is what we begin with in MW production. So Modern World Production, within the talk, we look at the status of the economy. We look at the bipartisan talks that are ongoing versus the demonstrations. And also we'll be taking a look at the corruption issues in Kenya. So we begin with a broke government, or rather we can say a broken system of governance, because the government is now unable to pay the civil servants. What is wrong with our economy? So President William Ruto just the other day came out to say that he's not going to borrow money so that he can pay the civil servants. He says that the inability of the government to pay civil servants is because of the matured loans. Seeming to criticize the previous government, he said that the previous loans taken by the previous governments have now matured, forcing the current government to make quick payments on these particular loans fast so that they can look at how they pay the civil servants. Well, it has not been stated how long it's going to take so that the civil servants can be paid without borrowing the money. So let us look at this situation. It cannot be done quick now. Should government as a result go to borrowing so that they can pay as they look for that solution? Because it is just about 1 year in Kenya Kwanza government. Or is the government looking for a loophole so that it can go borrow more money with a statement that it cannot pay the civil servants? Therefore, the government was forced to go and borrow more money. What exactly is happening in the state of our economy? Could the opposition also have played a role in ensuring that the civil servants are unable to be paid? Look at the demonstrations that have been taking place in the recent past. Just recently, government lost billions of shillings during the demonstrations. So was this another plot to ensure that the government is unable to pay the civil servants so that it can be seen that the government has failed in its governance? Well, this all is in Modern World Production within the talk. The status of the economy is quite worrying if at all the government is unable to pay its civil servants. Tell us your thoughts on this particular issue so that we can understand what exactly is happening in the nation of Kenya, because never has it been seen such an incident where the civil servants are unable to be paid by the government. Solution must be sorted fast without blaming anybody, because this is our nation and we have to rebuild it. Well, when Kenya Kwanza government took office, they said they found scoffers. These are the exact words of Rigathi Gachagua. President William Ruto also stating that they found the treasury empty. Where did the money go to? What exactly is happening? Did they know that there will come a situation to a point that the government is unable to pay civil servants? Then if they knew that, why didn't they take appropriate actions to prevent such issues from occurring? That is in matters economy. Well, even though we talk of matters economy, now President William Ruto has said that he will reduce the burden on the mwananchi in terms of the staple food of Kenya to ensure many families put food on the table. President William Ruto has said that the cost of maize flour will go to 100 shillings come next week. Will this be possible, coming to terms with the many promises that he's been making to Kenyans, yet they go unfulfilled? Will this be one of the first promises that he fulfills within the Kenya Kwanza government? Moving on from matters economy, we go to matters bipartisan talks and demonstrations. For the better part of the weeks, Odinga, before they came to a conclusion to attend the talks, demonstrations were ongoing Mondays and Thursdays until a call for a talk. Odinga decided that he will head to the talks, the bipartisan talks between the parliamentarians who are chosen from both sides are ongoing right now in the country. But it seems right now that the Azimio One Kenya alliance is unconvinced with the talks. It seems like they feel like the Kenya Kwanza government is playing fool and that the bipartisan talks will yield nothing. But what exactly does Odinga want by demonstrating in the streets? For he has said that even with the bipartisan talks, after the Muslims have celebrated, they're done with their celebrations, then it means they'll go back to the streets even with the bipartisan talks ongoing. Is Odinga showing signs of mistrust against the Kenya Kwanza government? Odinga wants 3 issues addressed. The first issue is on opening of the servers. The second issue is on matters economy. And the third issue lies on the institution of new commissioners into office. On the matters server, Odinga demands the government should open servers so that the truth of the 2022 general elections can be known. But does the Kenya Kwanza government have this power to open the servers so that the truth can be known? Well, the Kenya Kwanza government, to be fair, does not have the ability to open the servers. If there was any ability, it will be the commission itself, IBC. And that will require a direct move from the service providers who did help in ensuring that the process the process of technology involved is complete in the general election. So, is Odinga really asking for something that cannot be attained by the Kenya Kwanza government, which can only involve the judiciary and the commission, such that the commission be propelled to open the servers? The second issue is on matters economy. Odinga stated that the Kenya Kwanza government is running away with the money that is supposed to subsidize important commodities in the nation, such as the maize flour. But the Kenya Kwanza government maintains the subsidies were removed because it was a plot to squander money from the treasury of Kenya. The banks of Kenya did lose millions of shillings through the issue of subsidy on maize flour, yet the flour did not go to 100 shillings as anticipated. Rigathi Gachagua clearly stating as the deputy president that the issue of subsidy was used so that money can be laundered. Is this true? Well, it seems now maybe situations will be changing soon, as the president has announced that the maize flour will soon be going to 100 shillings. I can say that that is one of the issues that is being fulfilled after the requirements by Odinga, because it is all about economy. By reducing maize flour, at least a staple food in the nation that can go a mile in terms of helping the normal mwananchi's pocket. Have the maize flour, the price of maize flour going down. But we've realized that the price of salt is expected to go high. So that mwache kupata pressure. Maybe that's why. So, okay, for me, on matters the salt rise, I don't see an issue with it, because it will reduce the number of people who are getting pressure, because kuna wengine mnakula chumvi nyingi sana. Maybe it is high time that we reduce this particular intake, because if the price is high, the level of purchase will be low. It means the consumption will also be low, so that to reduce your pressure and you mnapata because of the high intake of salt. So this counters the issue of maize flour. We are reducing the maize flour, but we are raising the amount of money you'll be required to purchase the salt. But so we're yet to see how these things will move on, in special matters, the maize flour and the raising of price of the salt. So is it doing right or is he doing wrong? So let us see the other issue that Odinga is putting across to the Kenya Kwanza government about the selection of the IEBC Commission. Odinga says that the Kenya Kwanza government wants to institute a commission that will favor President William Ruto during the 2027 general election. Odinga maintains that the elections have not been fair, and by the Kenya Kwanza government being involved as a sole director in the recruiting process of the commission, it means the side will lean on their side, such that in 2027 general election, they will still be in office. Well, this is an issue that can be sorted out by both sides, so they can decide how all the parties can be involved, or the stakeholders in the elections can be involved in terms of putting in a new commission that will oversee the 2027 general election. Well, that is on matters demonstrations and bipartisan talks. Even if Odinga's demands are met, will Odinga hold or halt the demonstrations? That is the question. Or is his interest at hand and not the people of Kenya? That is up to you to answer. Now, from those issues, we move on to a crucial issue in any economy. That is corruption issues. So, how many cases has Kenya had since independence on matters corruption? These particular leaders have been involved for quite some time. Our leaders within the previous regimes, they've been involved in so many scandals of corruption. DCI has come out, the judicial system has come out, but yet nobody is paying for his actions of squandering the money of the people of Kenya. What exactly is happening? Are we driving our nation towards a state of anarchy? No, let us be reasonable. Kenyans, let us be reasonable on such issues. When it comes to matters corruption, we've been hearing time and again a corruption a scandal within the government. The issue is given a light for some months, then it just dies. What happened to the investigations, or how long does it take to investigate issues to deal with corruption scandals in the government? Is there a person above the law? Because this is what actually may lead to anarchy. So you're telling us if a person has authority or is superior, then it means he has more favor with the constitution than the other. Is that what our constitution states nowadays? Because let us be truthful. There have been so many corruption cases in the nation. This matter is very serious, by the way. There has been so many corruption issues in the nation, but we've not seen prosecutions. People are not being taken to jail. People are not being given the right fine so that we can restore that which has been lost from our economy. The economy burden is being hardened. Economists, we understand very well that once something has been removed from the economy, how hurting it is to the economy. So why exactly are these people not being given the hefty fines to return this money to the economy, and yet they are not being prosecuted? There is a big issue that might lead to anarchy. It is a system of, if I am superior, I am more justified than you, or I will receive justice than you. You don't deserve justice. This might lead our nation to a state of anarchy. If it is not resolved, then it means we are going towards a failed system of governance, let alone society. So that has constituted, I'm very sorry if I'm harsh, but on matters corruption, we have to be objective and impartial, okay? Doesn't matter which regime, doesn't matter opposition or the government, we have to consider everything in an equal measure. So that's as from the part of within the talk, the three categories: the economy, bipartisan talks and demonstrations, also looking at corruptions. Seeming a good news is in hand as the price of flour will soon come down. That has been the talk in MW production. My name has been my name is Kenneth Aldis. The camera lady assisting me has been Duffy Monday. Thank you.